Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to think about it, to be honest, because um it's Monaco, isn't it? But as it come up, yeah, well, I've just had to restart my stream because it went off. So just tell me when it comes up to include your audio. I'm begging this works because honestly, like the amount of people that I've tried to commentate with, and my Twitch just plays up, and you can't hear them even though they accept it. So we'll try it again. Like ADS was supposed to be joining me tonight, but he said I don't think he's able to do it anymore. So don't know, to be honest with you. I got a clue. Um, he said that he might just sit back for Monaco because he ain't very good at it, and he's probably gonna end up taking everyone out. Um, not come up yet then. Okay, right. All right. So you can't, is that why no one's joining? Because it says friends only. Sure. Oh, hang on. Let me restart my F1. It always does it. Showing online, so I can't play F1. Oh no, never mind. Here we go. So it does say on your stream, on the party, then I'm live or not. Right, let's remake this lobby, shall we? Right, lobby's back open if you want to try and join this, don't. Nice. Pretty sure the pig, not pig, sorry, Chubb said that we will be doing, or someone said that didn't they say we're doing reduced safety car, reduced damage, right, that's fine. Yeah, oh, that's it. Austria? Oh, yeah, I'll put it on Austria, hang on. Song track. There you go. Oh, have I put it on F1? Yeah, F1, that's fine. Is it not showing that I'm streaming? Okay, but it's not like... Yeah, but it just hasn't come up on the party. Is it a case of like, we need to make a new party or rejoin or something? I don't know. Um, try it if you want, it's up to you. Alright. Don't know why then. Um, what? Yeah, you probably won't see that. If didn't you say 12 races or 12 weeks? Anyway, 12 weeks. So then the break weeks as well. The next break week we won't actually be having, I don't think, because we've got the we're doing Zandvoort, I think, aren't we? Yeah, yeah. Right, so it's a bit annoying that it's not showing up. Yeah, so on the stream, I can hear you like the tiniest bit in the background. Um, I don't know if you can hear that or not if you're watching it, but yeah, you're in the background, but you're very quiet. Right. But yeah, you're in the background, but you're very quiet. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can hear it in the background a little bit, can't you? I don't know. I don't know where would I go onto that. Oh, hang on a minute. Like if I, oh no. Oh, hello. Can you hear yourself? Alright. No, I shouldn't have. On Twitch, I shouldn't have. Oh, on Xbox. Oh, oh, it does say that. Yeah. Well, I shouldn't have said that. It shouldn't say that. Yeah, I don't know why it says that. Yeah. Only thing that I'm thinking about, right, is it's the sound of the cars as well. I've done it with I did it with It's Just Jeb once, right, and it didn't go well because me and him are best mates, right, and we couldn't really we didn't do it very well, to be honest. But you could only hear him the tiniest bit in the background, um, and with the cars as well. Mhm. Yeah. Alright. Right. So a bit. Right then, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Giacomo here. We are here at Monaco for the qualifying, which will be 17 minutes under the lights. So yeah, here at Monaco. Iconic track, 19 corners, an average speed of 130 kilometers per hour, 96 gear changes per lap, and you are full throttle over half of the lap. Joining us today, we've got Zach Duck in the Mercedes, Josh Dawson in the McLaren, Chubb in the Alpine, Echo Computer in the Haas, NXS in the Ferrari, Paradox in the Alfa Romeo, Frugal Mars in the Alpine, the Pig in the AlphaTauri, QC Rocket in the McLaren, Gilksy AlphaTauri, Bass and Ben both in the Red Bulls, and Prodigy who is in the Haas. So all the drivers now heading out the pit lane to start their laps, so we're going to go and just ride on board with them. Only 13 drivers joining us today, so we're missing out on 7 drivers today, which is unfortunate. We've got Charlie Chip with a 6 race ban as well. He will be with us for the next break week, which will be in 2 weeks' time, I believe. And new news in the ZRL community, we've got obviously the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, which means we've chosen to swap out Russia for the Dutch Grand Prix, which didn't really happen a few weeks back. It failed, and we will be redoing that in the next few weeks of this season. So Monaco then, very iconic. It is sat practically in the middle of the championship. We are about halfway through the championship now. We also got word a few days ago that Xbox Culver has suffered an injury and will not be racing in ZRL for at least 12 weeks, which means he will probably not be, might not even get any races down from now on. He might have to come back in season 2, but Echo Computer puts in the fastest time with 1 minute 11.92. Josh Dawson pulls into the pit lane. Paradox Ruinzo, second person to put a time on the board with a 1 minute 13.4. Then Zach Duck, who is in the pit lane. Josh Dawson also in the pit lane. The Chubb then in his Alpine, getting close to the walls there and nearly hitting the Pirelli sign out of the chicane. See what time Chubb can put on the board then, shall we? He will get the DRS down straight in Monaco. Here he comes then, down full power to the line. What can he put himself on the board? Chubb goes over the line with a 1 minute 18.3, which puts him in P4. The Bass put in a 1 minute 12.2 as well in P2. And if you're wondering why we started the race 30 minutes later than usual, that is due to the real-life Formula 1 race in Saudi Arabia, which ended with Max Verstappen winning that Grand Prix, followed by Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari. But 5 drivers put time on the board now. Gilksy has squeezed into that bunch, who is currently in P4 on the board with 1 minute 13.5. NXS then, I think this is his debut race with Ferrari. Now heading through the tunnel in his Ferrari, and I'm sure he is very happy about this Ferrari seat, as he is Italian. So he will be very, very delighted to be racing in the Italian team. On the chicane, and NXS slides through the chicane and hits his left front tyre, and that is the Pig now, not the Pig, sorry, it's Gilksy, flying past NXS, who hit his wheel, but Gilksy goes over the line and doesn't, I think he does improve actually by a few thousandths. Here comes 3 miles through the tunnel, not yet to put a time on the board. His teammate, who has put a 1 minute 18.3 on the board. So let's see if 3 miles can go any faster than that in the Alpine. Puts in a fastest middle sector though, so it's looking promising. Out the chicane, didn't hit his tyre like NXS. About to go round the final corner now. And where can Frugal Mars point himself in qualifying? Will it be past his teammate? Yes, it will. It's P3 with a 1 minute 12.6 on the soft compound tyres. And we are hoping to get Xbox Culver, who is obviously, like I mentioned, injured from something, and that is Frugal Mars with the fastest first sector. But Xbox Culver then is a bit injured. Obviously, like I said, 12 weeks. He will be off, and hopefully he said that he will be able to join me in the commentary box next week. But Josh Dawson goes faster than Echo Computer. There's a very, very small margin between them there. And Josh Dawson puts in a 1 minute 11.918 compared to Echo Computer's 1 minute 11.922. So there's a very, very, very small gap there. But looks like Frugal Mars is on a stonker of a lap here. And then hits his back tyres, slides into the wall there. But will he be able to keep this going? Has he lost any time from that little mess up there? He's going to go down full power to the line and puts himself in P3 with a 1 minute 12.2. But like I said, Echo Computer then will be joining me hopefully in the commentary box tomorrow. Next week, if the stream will work properly. If you're watching this on PC or a laptop, hopefully you can see our new graphics that we've got for ZRL. If you can see them, that would be great if you could just put it in the chat. So we know they are working. Anyway then, let's have a look at Zach Duck, shall we? Round the final corner in his Mercedes. His teammate has been off for 4 weeks now. Zach Duck crosses the line for his first time on the board and goes with a 1 minute 13.0, which is P5. So yeah, that was a decent lap from Zach Duck. Like I said, he hasn't had a teammate for the past four races, which means Constructors' Championship for Mercedes is probably not going to go. I don't think it will go their way this season now, as you've got Echo Computer in the Haas, and that is Zach Duck completely stopping on the track there. I'm not really sure what's happening there. Has he got an engine issue or something? But never mind, he is carrying on, but completely stops on the track there. I don't know if our stewards will penalise him for that, as that was quite dangerous. It was right on the exit of one of the turns there, so that is not very safe. QC Rocket though puts in a stonker of a lap with a 1 minute 10.9, and yeah, completely knocks off the second off his teammate Josh Dawson. So it's a whole McLaren even front row, which is looking good then for McLaren. Fortunately, he's yet to put time on the board. Bass is going slow up the top of the hill there. There we go then. QC Rocket puts in another fastest middle sector. That was very, very smooth through there. Around the final corner to get DRS as well. Where will QC Rocket, can he improve his lap time? Yes, he can, by 0.5 of a second. That was great from QC Rocket. 0.5 of a second knocked off there. And yeah, so to be honest, I'm looking forward to the race, but I'm not at the same time. There's going to be a lot of DNFs. I can just, on the first lap, will be carnage. Definitely will, but all we can do is hope. So that's the only thing we can do at the moment. 6 minutes left of this qualifying session. We've got QC Rocket lining up on provisional pole. Then we've got Josh Dawson in P2 in the other McLaren, followed by Echo Computer, which finishes off the top 3 currently. I always find it very satisfying watching QC Rocket. Like, the way he swings that car around that chicane is very, very nice to watch. Here comes QC Rocket's teammate though, Josh Dawson in the other McLaren. Full throttle now, down to the line. Can he improve? Yes, he can. By 3 thousandths. There we go though. Echo Computer moves up into P2 with a 1 minute 11.0. And that is Ben round the final corner on his out lap, which now will be going on to his flying lap. Whoa, and that was Ben. He was wobbling back there and nearly did hit his car against that barrier. But this track then, very, very hard to conquer. You've got all of the walls, and it must be very intimidating for them driving around this track. And the speeds they're going as well. Here we go. Ben into the chicane, which we've seen a driver nearly hit that Pirelli sign. I think that was Chubb earlier on today. Ben, fastest middle sector there. Ben crosses the line. And he's in P3 now. Josh Dawson now down into P4, and that's a sector 3 yellow flag. Sector 1 and 3. Only driver yet to put a time on the board will be the Pig. Prodigy has now put a time on the board with 1 minute 17.3. And there's Prodigy, who pulls into the pit lane there. But here we go. We're going to go and watch NXS in the Ferrari. Let's see. No, we're not going to watch him. Right. We're going to go to let's go to Paradox, actually. Round the hairpin he goes. But yeah, like I was going to say a minute ago, NXS, like I said earlier on, making his debut race in the Ferrari. It's not his debut race in Formula 1. That was a few races ago in his old now, Aston Martin. Here comes Paradox Ruins though, full throttle now, foot to the floor, over the line, and improves by 1.5 seconds. That's Bass letting by one of the cars. Josh Dawson, Frigo Mars have both invalidated their lap times. Gilksy though, at the minute, 1 minute 13.5 is his fastest lap. Can he improve that? As it will be foot to the floor, to the line now, down the straight in Monaco. Can he improve his lap time? Yes, he can, by 0.8 of a second. Quite a lot of drivers now on a fast lap. We've got Paradox. Whoa, and that is a Ferrari round. That's NXS facing the completely wrong way and reversing so he can turn his car around. He's going to wait for the Red Bull, which is a very wise idea, and then now he is going to be heading off back to the final corner. Nearly all of the grid are on fast laps now. QC Rocket puts in a fastest first sector, which is good for him. Will he be able to improve his lap time? I know he's hoping so. And that will be the end of qualifying now as well. We've got Zach Duck, Prodigy, Chubb and the Pig all finishing in P10, 11, 12 and 13. QC Rocket there. Now, round this corner, Josh Dawson and NXS starts in P3. Josh Dawson starts in P7. Frigo Mars starts in never mind, that's changed. Frigo Mars now is starting in P7. Josh Dawson in P8. Gilksy now in P9. He will be starting there. QC Rocket improves his lap time by 1/10 of a second and will now be starting on pole. That is if nobody else can go faster than him, and they will not, but Paradox can't do it because he's invalidated. Bass can't do it because he's going slow. So that will be it then. QC Rocket is your pole sitter for the Monaco Grand Prix, followed by Echo Computer lining up right behind him, the two championship rivals on the front row. Then NXS for his debut race in Ferrari, now in P3. Ben starting P4, Paradox P5. Bass will be starting P6. Frigo Mars P7, Josh Dawson P8, Gilksy P9 and Zach Duck P10. Here comes Bassen, across the line. And that is qualifying complete. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, here's your finishing results for qualifying in Monaco. QC Rocket lines up on pole, followed by his championship rival Echo Computer on the front row with him. NXS got front row seats to that little hopefully a battle that will happen. Then you've got Ben in P4, Paradox P5, Bass P6, Frigo Mars P7, Josh Dawson P8, Gilksy P9 and Zach Duck 10th to finish off the top 10. So we will be back over you, ladies and gentlemen, for live coverage of the Monaco Grand Prix in the next few moments' time. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. We're lining up on the grid for the Monaco Grand Prix. Lights out, and away we go. QC Rocket gets a decent start. Echo Computer, though, pulls in front of him into turn 1. Echo Computer leads into the first corner. Up the hill they go. Paradox Ruins gained the position. It's Paradox and Frugal Mars having it out now. Up the hill. Paradox Ruins now up into P5. Bass in P7. Gilksy P8. Josh Dawson P9. Then comes Paradox, Zach Duck, in P10. The Pig and Chubb trailing back in behind, also with Prodigy. But then predicted pit stop strategy, ladies and gentlemen, powered by AWS, just on the screen for you there. They're going around the hairpin now. Echo Computer, though, got a better start than QC Rocket at lights out and pulled in front of him into turn 1. That will benefit Echo Computer by a lot. There's not a lot of overtaking zones on this track. It all needs to be done at the start of the race, or maybe a safety car as well. But half a second separates QC and Echo Computer. Will he be able to get him when DRS gets activated, or maybe will he be able to get him down this straight? That question will be answered for you in the next few moments' time. Echo Computer puts in the fastest time, not very hard though. He is the leader. Bass, Josh Dawson, both pitted due to wing damage. And we're going to get a lot of wing damage this session. We're going to get a lot of safety cars, I can tell. But Echo Computer still leading the Monaco Grand Prix. QC Rocket follows behind. We've still got the same top 3 that we have when we started the race. Bass, Josh Dawson trailing behind the pack now. They're going to struggle to catch up on this twisty and tight circuit that is Monaco. Echo Computer, though, QC Rocket is trying to go down the inside of Echo Computer. QC Rocket spins his car around now. The McLaren is now spun round. Paradox Ruins is out of the session. Gilksy smashes into the McLaren as well, and that will be a full safety car, I'm guessing, and that has taken out a lot of people's front wings and has taken out an Alfa Romeo too. And a lot of that will be very, very sad to see for a lot of people. And I'm very surprised that isn't the safety car. But we've got DRS enabled on lap 3. Paradox Ruins will be out of the session. A lot of drivers now will have lost their front wings. That's NXS and Gilksy now in the pit lane. So is QC Rocket. He's dropped down 9 positions. He's leading the Grand Prix and then lost the position to Echo Computer in turn 1. Then he tried to dive down the inside and Echo shut the door on him. So Echo Computer still leads the Grand Prix after that incident there, which wasn't a lot QC could do about it. He was sideways in Monaco, and there's not a lot of room really. So when you come around that corner at about 140, 150 mile an hour, you can't stop your car that fast enough. So Paradox Ruins couldn't do anything at that moment. But let's see though if QC Rocket can make the positions up. Maybe NXS made a position up on Josh Dawson. Josh Dawson made a position up on Bass. So will QC Rocket get back up? Echo Computer is just stretching his lead out in front. Currently 3.7 seconds away from the guy behind, which will be Ben. Top of the hill now, Echo Computer is. We're not going to spectate the front for now though. We'll see if we can get any nice battles going on or anything. Josh Dawson on an XS. You might be able to get him down this straight. He did make the DRS detection zone, so he will get DRS down the straight in Monaco. DRX is activated. The foot is to the floor. Josh Dawson now trailing after NXS, but it will be too far back. Josh Dawson, though, does put in the fastest time, snatches the fastest lap away from Echo Computer. There's the Pig, just been thrown in the mix there between NXS and Josh. Josh Dawson flies past him. That was an easy overtake for him. Now on to NXS in the Ferrari. There we go. We're going to have a look at this one, shall we? We've got the two Alpha Tauris right next to each other. Well, they have a little bit of a battle here. We'll have to see. Down to the tunnel they go. Heading down to the chicane, which can be quite tricky to get right. You got very close to the corner. And like I said, the pig completely cuts the corner, gets a 3-second time penalty. Brake too late. And now going into the final few corners of this race. Doesn't look like we're going to see a little bit of a battle there for now. But we might be able to see a little bit of a battle between Josh Dawson and NXS. Is it possible? Probably not at the moment. He's too far back. We're on lap 5 out of 39 for the Monaco Grand Prix. The pig pulls into the pit lane there. So obviously, I don't think he braked too late. Actually, he probably just didn't have a wing. No, it was no wing for him. Actually, yeah, he didn't have one. So QC Rocket then may have the opportunity to get past the pig if he's fast enough. No, he won't be able to get past him. No. QC Rocket, though, puts in the fastest last sector. Echo Computer still leading your Monaco Grand Prix. And the closest car to him is 4.5 seconds away, which will be Ben in the Red Bull. QC Rocket, I think, currently, he is actually leading the driver's standings, which means QC Rocket, Echo Computer is just behind him. So, if Echo Computer can win this race, he will be ahead in the standings. But it does depend on where QC Rocket ends up, but he currently isn't in the points, so it's out of the question at the moment. Got a nice helicopter view now of the race leader, but we are going to go away from that for now because I want to see some nice little battles going on. Looks like there's a nice battle going on here between Josh and NXS. There's not a lot of overtaking zones on this track. Only place you can really get him is on the straight. So let's see if they can go and get that position. Obviously, like I said just a second ago, there's not really many overtaking zones. So when QC Rocket tries to dive down the inside, but NXS spins it out of the tunnel and was sideways against the wall there, lost his front wing and gets a 3-second time penalty for having to cut the corner due to his front wing. Josh Dawson, though, makes a position up from that as now he's in P7 and he nearly loses it there into the barrier and he has to cut the corner a little bit there as well. But Guilty then gets past NXS as well. QC Rocket is past the pig. Only one position away now until the points, but I think that's Bass round. That's Bass round. It is Bass round on the final corner in the Red Bull. Currently in P10. He'll be scoring 1 point in this race if he finishes in this position. But he'll be able to fly past NXS, who's in the pit lane, and now in P9. QC Rocket puts in a fastest time of 1:12.6, and that's very significant as it shows he's definitely catching up to the drivers ahead. There we go then, we've got a bit of a three-way battle going here between Chubb, Prodigy and Zach Duck. We've got a battle for P4 then. The Chubb, is now training after them with DRS, but just too far back to make the move. You've got Prodigy ahead. I think that was Zach Duck hitting the wall a little bit there on the left-hand side. See how he's doing, shall we? He's still got a front wing, so he should be alright. But the three drivers now training after him. It's the yellow sector in sector 2, and I think that's a Ferrari out. Yes, it is. NXS went straight into the barrier there. So we can get closer up on that if he's still there. No, he isn't still there. And that, I think that's Echo Computer. Yes, it is. The race leader is round, and Ben takes the race lead, snatches it away from Echo Computer, is now leading the Monaco Grand Prix. So, leading the Grand Prix. Echo Computer pulls straight into the pit lane now with no wing, and that will give Frugal Miles the chance to get past. So will it Zach Duck as well, and Prodigy and Chubb, and maybe even Josh Dawson. Yes, and he will be able to get past. And here's Guilty then, flying past the Haas. And the Haas just comes out ahead. Looks like I might have a bit of a battle here, but Echo Computer is already pulling ahead of Guilty. Into the hairpin they go. Half a second separates them. The AlphaTauri and the Haas getting very close here. It's front wing to back wing. Down through the tunnel now, and Guilty clips his right front wing and tyre onto the barrier there. So he might have suffered wing damage. Zach Duck gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. That was Guilty hitting the wall again. Here they go though, down the straight. Guilty was too far away from Echo Computer to get DRS, but Echo Computer is far enough back to get past Josh Dawson. The pig, 3 seconds time penalty as well. Here we go though. Will we get Prodigy down through the tunnel? Maybe nearly getting past Zach Duck. He's getting closer and closer. Only half a second separates them. Into the chicane they go. Frugal Mars gets a 3-second time penalty. And the race leader Ben is now pulled into the pit lane. See how fast this stop is, shall we? That was a decent stop for Ben. Now heading out the pit lane, which means Frugal Mars is now leading the race, but Bass I thought was round, but he isn't. Yeah, so Ben and Zach Duck both in the pit lane now. There we have it then. Race lead has gone through many people. We had QC Rocket, then Echo Computer, then Ben, now Frugal Mars. We've had 4 different race leaders in the space of 11 laps. And we've got 39 laps in the whole race. So, here we go then. You can enjoy a very nice TV camera of Frugal Mars in the Alpine leading the Grand Prix. That's Frugal Mars, the race leader, pulling into the pit lane there. This car's getting very close here. Ben will get the RS on Chubb. He's full throttle down the straight now. Into turn 1 they go, and Prodigy is now leading the Grand Prix. Chubb in P2 and Ben in P3. Ben might be able to get past Chubb though. Which will be very good for them. Prodigy and Chubb both made up 10 positions, so they're doing a very, very good job today. And that is Ben braking way too late and hitting the back of Chubb. Oh, he's still going. The question is, will he pull into the pit lane? It doesn't look like he will. He's got a full front wing. And he's fine, but Chubb goes into the pit lane and Ben moves up into P2 now. Chubb's going to fall down them positions. You've got all the drivers now going past him in the pit lane. You've got Echo Computer, who has DRS on Josh Dawson, his championship rival's teammate. They go into the chicane. It's front wing to back wing. Here they go then. Through the tunnel. Echo Computer only 1/10 away. Will he make the dive down the inside? Yes, he will, into the chicane. Can he make the position stick? And yes, he can. Up into P3. The podium positions now. Which moves Josh Dawson down into P4. QC Rocket made up, dropped down 6 positions, sorry, he's now in P7. Doing an alright job though, getting himself back up the grid, even though he did drop down to nearly last. Here we go then, QC Rocket, who is first in the championship, gets DRS on Frugal Mars, but he's just way too far back to make the move on that corner. Chubb gets a 3-second time penalty. Down the straight, there you go, QC Rocket and Frugal Mars in the background there, you can see Gilksy in P5. But now they're heading down into the chicane, where we've seen 2 drivers make a move stick. I think it was Echo and Josh Dawson earlier on. Here you go then, it's Ben and the race leader, Prodigy. Ben gets DRS, with a second separates them, so he'll be way too far back to make a move on Prodigy into turn 1. Prodigy will have a bit of breathing space. There's the pig getting a 3-second time penalty. And speaking of time penalties, let's have a look at how many people have got. Josh Dawson with a 3, Guilty as well, Frugal Mars, QC and Chubb, and Zach Gook, sorry. And the pig has got a 9-second time penalty. Talking about tyres for now then. Prodigy on a 14-lap old mediums, Ben's on 4-lap old mediums as well. QC Rocket on 6-lap old hards, they should last him quite a while. Josh Dawson, 13-lap old mediums. Guilty mediums with 12 laps in them. Frugal Mars, 3-lap old mediums. QC Rocket, 12-lap old mediums. Chubb, 2-lap old softs, sorry. Bass, 13-lap old mediums. Zach Duck, hards with 4 laps in them, and the pig mediums with 6 laps in them. Ben gets DRS on Prodigy down the straight, 6 tenths separate them into turn 1. Up the hill they go. And that will be Guilty into the pit lane to get some new tyres. I'll tell you what would be nice to see. It would be very nice to see a Haas 1-2, and that could be possible if Echo Computer makes the move on Ben. He does. Will the positions stick though into the chicane? Ben down into P3, and it's currently a Haas 1-2. With a new face leading the race, which is Prodigy. Not a new face in ZRL, but a new face at the very front of the race. And that will be the pig on the final corner out of the Grand Prix. Spinning his car. QC Rocket's managed to find himself in P5 after going down the grid by quite a lot. But here we've got Josh Dawson on the Red Bull of Ben. Will he be able to get past him on the straight? That is the big question. He's made the DRS detection zone, which means he will get DRS in 50 metres time. Onto the straight, it's pedal to the floor now. Josh Dawson, will he be able to make the move on Ben into turn 1? He takes the lunge. Will he be able to make the move stick? They're going side by side up the hill. Almost touching up the hill now. And Ben leads out of that battle. And I've only just realised that Prodigy is now down into P7. Did not see that. He's on brand new hard compound tyres, so when he heats them up, he should be doing all right. Here comes Josh Dawson though. Going down the inside, it's a flipping McLaren sandwich with Ben. Josh Dawson now into P2, Ben P3, and QC Rocket P4. He's going to be raring to get past Ben down the straight with DRS. He gets a slipstream. Ben also gets DRS, but he looks like QC Rocket might be able to just fly by Ben, and he does, and that is now both McLarens in P2 and P3. Will Josh Dawson be able to get past QC Rocket? Will be able to get past Josh Dawson? Is that a possibility on the next few laps? We'll have to see. And it is QC Rocket lets by his teammate. Josh Dawson lets by his teammate, which will be QC Rocket. So very nice teamwork there to see the McLaren team working together. And now it's Echo Computer and QC Rocket once again, like the start of the race. We're back at the same thing. There's only 9 seconds to separate them, so if QC Rocket can get closer, which it does look like he's closing the gap, we might be able to see a nice little battle. like I just said a minute ago, that was very nice teamwork between the two McLarens. It's nice to see that at ZRL. Letting each other bite. So obviously Josh Dawson knew that QC would be faster than him and let him through, which means now it's Echo and QC together again. Chubb gets a 3-second time penalty as well. Frugomar gets past Josh Dawson. And Chubb now goes past Josh Dawson, who has entered the pit lane. Right then, 7.3 seconds separate QC Rocket and Echo Computer. I'm really hoping for them to get closer and closer to each other in the next few upcoming laps. There's a Mercedes and a Red Bull battle in here. We've got Bass and Zach Duck. Bass makes contact with Zach Duck. Round the final corner. Heading onto the straight now. They're very close to each other. Zach Duck pulls into the pit lane, which pulls Bass together now with Ben, who is his teammate at Red Bull. That's Chubb in the pit lane there to replace his tyres. Josh Dawson and Prodigy both get past Chubb, and now it's Prodigy into P4. Will he be able to get up to his teammate in the other pass? That is the big question, and I know they're definitely hoping for that. But in Prodigy's mirrors, he will be able to see the other McLaren of Josh Dawson. Josh Dawson gets a 3-second time penalty for that little corner cut that just happened there. Into the tunnel they go. Yeah, Josh Dawson then. Going to get DRS down the straight. Foot to the floor once again for Josh Dawson. Down the straight. He's got a slipstream on Prodigy, but now into turn 1 too far back to make the move. Up the hill they go. Here we go again then, through the tunnel. Heading down to the chicane now. Will Josh Dawson make the move down the inside? No, he won't. Prodigy keeps his position. Now, heading down here. Is it going to be a QC Rocket Echo Computer again? No, it isn't. Then Josh Dawson then is going to get DRS down the straight on Prodigy. He's got a slipstream down into turn 1. Will he make the move down the inside? He's too far back into turn 1. Up the hill they go, and that is an AlphaTauri, I think, that spun round earlier on. We did just miss that. QC Rocket gets a 3-second time penalty, and now the gap between QC and Echo is only 4.2 seconds. We've got to remember that they're both on very old tyres. QC Rocket on mediums with 22 laps on them, and Echo Computer with 16 lap old cars. Josh Dawson once again on Prodigy. Can he see an opening down the inside? Not this time. He thought he could. Too far back though. Not a very good run out of the chicane as well. They're getting very, very close there. Could have made contact there. And Zach Duck has retired from the session. But never mind that for now. Josh Dawson will get DRS once again on Prodigy. Really, really bad exit out of the last turn, sorry. Dux is in the pit lane as well. Now put on brand new softs. I think that's an AlphaTauri in the wall. He just spun it round there. That will be the pig who spun his AlphaTauri round. Which does mean now, because obviously Zach Duck's out, every single person in this session will score a point. Josh Dawson manages to get past the Prodigy. The gap between QC and Echo is 2 seconds now. You can see Echo Computer just in front of QC. He's managed to catch up and done a very, very good job here. Just remember, QC Rocket is leading the Drivers' Championship, followed by QC Rocket. So, let's see what's going to happen. Yeah, so like I was just saying about driver standings, QC Rocket then, 186 points. Then you've got Echo Computer just behind him with 171 points, only 15 points in it there. Then you've got Frugal Mars, Ben, Paradox Ruins, Xbox Culver, Chubb, Prodigy, Super Liam, ADS, Bass, Zach Duck, and the list goes on. But the only one driver to not score a point at the moment is it's just Jeb, and he isn't even in F1 anymore. So that shouldn't be on the standings, but it is for some reason. And the gap between Echo and QC, 1.2 seconds now into the chicane. And if QC can close this gap up to the straight, he will get the DRS, and he is closing a gap. It's less than a second, it's not now. He's put the time off again, which means he will not be receiving DRS on the straight. It's 500ths out. of getting DRS. He's just missed out a little bit. That is another AlphaTauri spinning the car round, which will be the pig once again down into the chicane. Lets the two Red Bulls pass. Right then, the battle we've all been waiting for. QC Rocket and Echo Computer, half a second separate them into the chicane. Here they go again, down into this corner. This is where QC Rocket dived down the inside, but he won't be doing that again at the moment. Just a bit too far back, and he knows that is a stupid thing to do now. Round now into the final corner of the Monaco Grand Prix. QC Rocket will be getting DRS this time round on the straight. Will he be able to get past Echo Computer now? Down to the line they go. QC Rocket is gaining on Echo Computer, but not close enough to make a move stick. They're very, very close there. There was three thousandths of a second. Whoa! And that is Ben. Ben in the Red Bull has retired from the session at the chicane there, but we've got QC Rocket and Echo Computer at it again. Only 0.4 seconds separate them into the chicane. There's Ben, very, very lucky to not hit the Red Bull there. And the QC Rocket and Echo Computer make contact. QC will get DRS once again. Echo Computer goes wide on the final corner. They make contact once again. Heading down the straight now with DRS. QC Rocket set us after Echo Computer on lap 31 out of 39. And up the hill they go. QC Rocket still trailing behind Echo Computer with half a second away from him. But now the gap is closing, and there's also yellow sector in sector 2. Frugal Mars, the guy in P3, has pitted as well, which may bring Josh Dawson up into P3, and it does. It's a McLaren 2-3 currently. So, Echo Computer, will he dive down the inside? Echo Computer pulls to the left to shut the door on QC Rocket. Out they go of the chicane now. This is where QC Rocket spun his car around. You don't want to make that mistake again. And he will get DRS once again. Only 0.2 of a second separate them now. This will be very, very close. Down the straight they go. Both got half decent exit out of the corner. QC Rocket gets a DRS advantage and doesn't make the move. He's way too far back, and I think that's the pig round once again. And the pig is in the pit lane. So QC Rocket though still sets after Echo Computer up the hill. .3 of a second separate them. Through the tunnel they go. Echo Computer makes contact with the left side of the tunnel. Into the chicane they go once again. Very close there to hitting the wall. They almost made contact. And Echo Computer there on the penultimate corner makes contact, which gives Echo Computer an opportunity to try and get past. He's going to try and go down the outside. Will he make the position stick on Echo Computer? No, he won't though. Down the straight, They're both, he's got DRS, sorry, on Echo Computer. Will he be able to make the move stick? He's getting closer and closer, but just way a little bit too far back there. Up the hill they go. And only 0.2 of a second separate them this time. And they're almost touching now. Round into this corner. That was very close, but Echo Computer, QC Rocket might be able to see an opening, but he's just too small of a gap. Right then, back through the tunnel they go, half a second separate them. It seems like QC Rocket loses a bit of time in the middle sector and then makes it back up on the last few corners and the straight. Chubb gets a 3-second time penalty there. QC Rocket though has dropped down a little bit of time there and will not get DRS on the straight. We're on lap 34 out of 39. 6 laps to go. Echo Computer though, trying to make a move, QC Rocket trying to make a move down the outside, but he just can't do. At the moment they're going wheel to wheel through the tunnel here. QC Rocket now heading down to the chicane. Can he see an opening? He probably could, but it's just too small to make the move in these Formula 1 cars. 0.1 of a second separate them now. They're getting very, very close here. Front wing to front, to back wing. QC Rocket will get the DRS once again out onto the straight. And they are at it again. Down the straight, 0.3 of a second now separate them. Into turn 1 they go once again. And this is some very good racing for saying they are on 32 and 26 lap old tyres. Four tenths of a second separate QC Rocket and Echo Computer, which means he will be allowed DRS as they go through the penultimate corner into the final corner. And we're back at it again. It just means they've got to get good runs out of there. There's an Alpha Tauri going very slow. QC Rocket gaining on Echo Computer, too far back to make the move. Up the hill they both go. Frugal Mars gets a 3-second time penalty. As we are currently watching QC and Echo completely battling it out. The switching and switching. And Echo Computer drops down. And QC Rocket now takes the lead of the Monaco Grand Prix. It's 4 laps remaining, which means we've got a few laps to get some nice little battles going on with Echo and QC. I'd love to see a fight to the line like we did in France. Echo Computer is way too far back to get DRS, which means he won't be catching up as well as he should be. to QC Rocket. And that's the AlphaTauri once again spinning it round. That's the pig. The pig is really struggling at Monaco. Gilksy manages to get past Frugal Mars back down the grid. It looks like the Echo Computer is actually dropping back, but there's no point of pitting now. Only a few laps to go, so they're going to have to try and finish the races on these tyres. QC Rocket will be struggling the most on 34 lap old mediums, and Echo Computer will still be struggling on nearly 30 lap old hards, but hards should last the longest, so they should be doing a little bit better than the mediums, which will give Echo an advantage to get closer to QC, but it doesn't look like it's happening at the moment. Here we go then, QC Rocket round the penultimate corner. To start his final lap of the race. And to be honest with you, it doesn't look like Echo Computer to be able to get up to QC Rocket. He's really struggling on them 30 lap old hards, which means QC Rocket is probably better at maintaining, well, at driving on harder tyres. The pig's round once again, I think, and is now into the pit lane. But never mind that now, because QC Rocket is on the final lap of the race today. And it looks like it's going to go the way then of QC Rocket. Round the final corner in the McLaren. Down the straight he goes. And last week he won in France. This week he wins in Monaco. QC Rocket doesn't win the Grand Prix. Echo Computer snatches it away from him due to time penalties. And that will be Echo Computer then. It's redemption day for Echo in the Haas, who now wins the Monaco Grand Prix, followed by his championship rival QC Rocket, and it looks like we might get the other McLaren, Josh Dawson, on the podium too. Around the final corner he goes, and it looks like it will be a podium for both of the McLarens. And that's a McLaren 2-3 today. And no, it isn't, because Prodigy, it's redemption day for Haas. Prodigy is now on the podium, snatches it right away from Josh Dawson. And both Hasses are now on the podium. That'll do a great job for the Constructors' Championship, and that is the Grand Prix, gentlemen. And your driver of the day will be Prodigy, which a very good drive from him. Ended up in P3, but anyway, we're gonna go now to the finishing results. Echo Computer is your race winner, ladies and gentlemen, followed by QC Rocket in the McLaren. Then Prodigy in the Haas comes up and sneaks onto the podium. Then followed by Josh Dawson, Chubb, Bass, Gilksy, Frugomars, the Pig, and Ben in the Red Bull. Frugomars and, sorry, I think it's the Pig and Ben didn't actually finish the race, so they won't be there. Thank you for joining me, ladies and gentlemen, for the Monaco Grand Prix. We'll be back with you for round 13 of the ZRL Championship, and we will be past halfway point after that race. So thank you for joining with you live right here at ZRL Racing Leagues on next week.